Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Queen of TV channel. Now, let's talk about some quick things first before we get into our intro. Please watch the video to the very end. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There will be cursing and profane. If that's not your cup of tea, this channel is not for you. I'll be giving my honest opinion about the episode and the show as a whole. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome everyone. I am your host, the Queen herself, and you are the Prince and Princesses. You're either a subscriber or you are a viewer. So either way, welcome. Today we'll be talking about H2O Season 3, Episode 21, The Jewel Thief. We saw this episode with Will constructing the necklace into the crystal into a necklace, and it is gifted to Rikki. Rikki, Bella, and Cleo come to his shack where they talk about the studying for the final exam they have to do. Bella and Rikki's not that very enthusiastic about it, but it seems to be very important to Cleo. Will tells them about the necklace, and he gives it to Rikki, who in return likes the necklace, and Cleo says it really suits her. When they go walking onto the beach, they run into Zane, who is sitting there waiting to see Rikki. Rikki does not want to talk to him or have any kind of conversation, and Cleo and Bella tell him he needs to move on. This is when he notices that she has a new necklace, and he knows for a fact that it's from Will, and his jealousy starts showing, despite the fact that they are broken up. Rikki tells him that she's moved on and he needs to as well. He says he has, but he just wants to know the guy's name. She walks off and leaves. He goes to the cafe in a huff where he runs into Sophie, who is doing all the sales and the inventory. She realizes that something is bothering him, and she guesses that it's Rikki, and she tries to convince him to move on from Rikki and maybe come hang out with her at the beach. Except Zane ends up asking her about whether Rikki and Will are dating. Sophie says that she knows that they're friends, but not necessarily sure if they are actually dating. Sophie does end up asking Will about it, who later on. Right now, at this moment, however, they are at Cleo's house studying him, Cleo, Rikki, and Bella. While Dom is excited about the big game that's coming on TV, Kim and Sam's not that very excited about it, but Dom is able to convince them reluctantly to watch the game with him as a little family event. Cleo and them are studying and everything, trying to prepare for this exam. Rikki takes a break where she plays one of my favorite songs from Bella and the band. But Bella thinks that she should change the song. And when they get too close together, Cleo sees that their necklaces are attracting to each other. So that's when they decide to try to put them close together, and they see that they are trying to move her close together. During the whole game, Dom and them are waiting for the literal match point, the win, the touchdown. And when Cleo, Bella, Rikki, and Will decide to let the necklaces touch, it ends up radiating moonlight, which causes the girls to be moonstruck and causes the entire power to have a complete blackout. When Dom goes check Cleo's room, he sees a blue light coming from it. Will, who is still human and unfazed by the moon, pulls the two necklaces apart before Dom walks in and sees everything. When he asks questions about what happened, they pretend that the blue hue that he saw came from their phones. This is when they realize that the crystals have radiated moonlight inside of it, stored moonlight at that. Bella thinks that the necklaces together are dangerous and could cause a huge blackout. Cleo is very excited about it, but Rikki decides to give Will back the necklace just in case something happens. So he decides to take it back to his shack. In the next day, this is when Sophie talks to him about, maybe training with her again, trying to convince him not to hang out with the girls anymore, but he's not having it. She questions him about his relationship with Rikki, and he says that they're just friends. She says that she believes him, but goes back to Zane to say that they are dating to try to convince Zane to just forget about Rikki and go be out with her. But it has the opposite effect. Zane goes to Will's shack to confront Will, but doesn't find him. He finds the necklace, however. When Will and them get to the shack, they find that the necklace is gone and they know it's Zane. Rikki decides that she's had enough and decides to go confront him, but do it alone. Bella, Cleo, and Will, who is upset with what Zane did, decide to later on go after her anyway. Rikki gets there and she talks to Zane. They have a bit of back and forth. Zane's jealousy comes out and his he confronts her about Will, but she says there's nothing going on. She confronts him about Sophie and tells him that Sophie's obviously into him, but Zane does not want to be with Sophie. Zane tries to convince Rikki to get back together with him, but she refuses. So he threatens that he won't be able to keep her secret any much longer if she does not get back together with him. She is deeply hurt by this, and when Cleo and them get there, they decide to combine the necklaces together to cause another blackout, which helps Rikki be able to escape with the necklace and leaves. Sophie asks him what happened with the power and everything, but Zane doesn't give her an answer. She asks again the next day, well, after the electrician leaves, but he doesn't tell her anything. Rikki and the girls are worried if Zane is still going to be willing to keep the secret after what happened last night. Will also uses another crystal into a necklace that he gives to Cleo. I'm sorry, but I skimmed over that. While Zane is wondering if Sophie and Will are dating him, and not Sophie and Zane, Sophie and Will, if Rikki and Will are dating, and Will is talking to Sophie, the girls are on Mako where they're looking for a new crystal. They end up finding it because they use Bella's crystal to find it, and they do this after the blackout. So they find a third crystal within the rock. Rikki has to use her powers to kind of melt the rock away just to get to the crystal. So Cleo now has a crystal, and the girls officially have all three of their crystals together. When Rikki goes to talk to Zane, she asks him if he had told Sophie anything. He says no, he did not. And he tries to remind her of all the good times. Rikki says, yes, she remembers the good times, but she also remembers the bad times. And she tells Zane that she hopes that he can keep their secret, and he says he can. Um, he also tells Zane that he should be lucky that she's still talking to him. So they don't get back together, but they're willing to be cordial with each other, trying to heal from the whole breakup. But that episode ends there. Very straightforward, in my opinion. We do find out some new stuff, but not enough. So let's go into my review. What we discover is that the crystals have moonlight within them, so the crystals must be on the moon, which I'm actually curious. Does the moon actually have crystals inside of it? Has NASA thought to check for that? Because I don't think NASA actually has decided to like test the moon. I'm really curious. Is the moon actually magnetic? Because I'm intrigued. Like I have questions. I want some answers. Like I have to know. Like is the moon actually truly magnetic? Because I wonder if that's a real thing. But I guess we won't know. Because NASA's too worried about Mars to even check out the full moon. So I mean, shit. They won't even try to find fucking Pluto. They just gonna let it be a dwarf planet. So the next thing we find out is that when the crystals attract each other, it obviously causes a blackout, but it also becomes a full moon, which is good. That means you can summon a full moon whenever the fuck you want to. Why did they not keep that in Mako Mermaids? Why not keep that? That's a genius idea. That's genius. The fact that they didn't keep that is strange to me. I would have kept it. Sound like a good idea. So Zane is obviously pissed. I find it very quite frankly fucked up that because he won't go out with her, he'll expose her secret. Huh? I'm sorry. What did you just say? Immediate. I didn't no damn more. Even after he sit there in the pot and say he's sorry about the things he said some things he shouldn't have said. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Damn that. You said what you said. You meant what you said. You can't take that shit back. No, you've already said it. That is a done deal. For me at least. But Rikki still wanted to be cordial with him. I would not still be cordial with him. Like, there is no fucking way. After he said that shit to me, that is a done deal. I'm done talking to you. There is nothing else we could be possibly talking about. There is nothing to discuss. There is nothing to figure out. You said what you said. You meant what you said. That is the end of the discussion. So, I'm guessing they're trusting him. Will obviously has created new necklaces for them. I know people are not happy about that, but I like the new necklaces. I'm sorry. I feel like it's very practical for them to exist. They are backup full moon. They need that backup full moon, and it will help with the finale. Other than that, let's talk about the Lulu Sophie for 1 second, okay? Before we end the video. She literally tried it. This girl told the biggest, most bold-faced lie that I have ever seen in my life. She sat there and told Zane, and I quote, she told Zane that her brother and Rikki are definitely dating just so she could try to push Zane away from Rikki so he would go out with her. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? Are you serious? You're literally gonna pull that bullshit. Like, you're very delusional. You're this obsessed. Wow, you need to go get you some therapy. Somebody put her ass in therapy, please. Somebody put her ass in therapy. I'll put her ass in therapy. You want me to put her in therapy? I'll put her in therapy. So, yeah. Sophie need to go find her some Jesus. But she's out of her fucking mind. I don't know why Zane can't tell the fucking girls into him, but then again, Zane isn't the smartest person on the earth right now. Yeah, this for some reason after episode 18, these episodes are not pissing me off. Like, so far they've been mostly like very straightforward, so I'm able to like burn through these recaps and like be able to get to the review. But it's like the review is like very short because the episodes are getting short. So a lot of stuff is being wrapped up. We're just like moving within the motion. So the show is trying to just get to the finale. So what they're doing is like they're exposing a lot of things to us to just like get us to the finale, like bit by bit by bit, to lead us up to the final battle. So yeah, no episode has pissed me off. Wow. So episode 17 getting ranking a little bit higher. So yeah. Uh I want to clear some things up first. When I said we were like finishing H2O, we were finishing. I was gonna finish it by episode 30. Referring to the episodes. I'm trying to finish the episodes so we can move on to charmed episodes. Which, spoiler alert, I have to work tomorrow. Okay? So that means I will probably only be able to get out like 4 videos. And then it'll just continue like that throughout the days. So yeah. But like the way that this is going to have to work is that yes, I'm going to have to start posting videos on Saturday and Sunday when it concerns Charmed. The same thing is going to have to happen with the Murder She Wrote episodes because I do have to watch those episodes. So yeah, posting is going to be quite difficult with me working and trying to rush and get everything out in time. But yeah, we have episodes 22, 23, 24. No, yeah, we have episodes 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So that leaves me with 5 episodes. And right now it is 8:44 p.m. So yeah, I have until 11:45 to finish all this and get everything out. Well, let's see how well I do. I'll see you guys in the next video because yes, those character videos will also be coming out, but they won't come out until tomorrow, especially the top 10. Because look, hey, it's Halloween month. These are mermaids. They count as monsters for Halloween. Trick or treat. Um, hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if no one's for you this day, I'm telling you, I love you. I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye guys.